This very cavalier attitude. You don't know what you're cooking, what dish you're making with 10 minutes left. Then you come up here and get misty-eyed with us like, oh, poor me again, I got screwed up, and I'm getting tired of it. Because if you were smart, you would duplicate a plate. The fact that you're not even thinking of playing this game properly is really annoying. I mean, I'm gonna taste this.
You want 15 of the same dishes up here?
If you're here putting your spin on everything you make because you want to show us how cutesy and intelligent and crafty you are, well, that's going to get you a one-way ticket back to wherever you came from. And then you could show your friends and the 6 people who told you were good how cutesy and smart you are when you're home cooking at dinner parties, while the rest of this group goes on and competes to become the next master chef. So I want pasta cooked properly because you know what? The only thing worse than a cook who can't boil is a narcissist in full denial. Thank you for nothing.
Okay. Alright, you just have to talk into the mic, alright? I think you know how that works. Alright, so we're reading a book called Sidney Poitier's Ideas and Measures of a True Man. And so pretty much he just talks about how that we're all connected in a sort of way. We all are on this earth for a reason. And he gives examples about how Mozart and how everything's connected and why he was so good at music. And that talents are in everybody, we're just waiting for them to be discovered. So Sidney Poitier was born in the Bahamas in 1927. He was the first black actor to win an academic award for the Best Actor and Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. And these were significant achievements at the time. It's kind of amazing to see how one man did so much. And he's done many different films and inspired many people to chase their dreams and to follow their passions. And so, what do you think the definition of a true measures of a man is?
Exploring your full potential.
Okay. What do you think about Sidney Poitier's?
Smart guy.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't read the book.
What do you think about his definition of a measured man?
Is a measured man?
Of a true measured man.
I think, yeah. I mean, exploring your potential and bringing it to bear, like Mozart's a great example. A lot of people go through life without expressing who they really are, what their potential is, either because they're scared, incapable of sharing, or don't have the opportunity to be introspective and to bring out the best of themselves. So if you're fortunate enough to have the ability, time, circumstances to fully express yourself, that is the true measure of a man.
Did you have any role models when you were growing up?
Well, I mean, role models as far as people in my family and teachers, but, in the more
in school or like work,
Yeah, I mean, role models serve different purposes at different points in your life. When I was a bagel baker, Ernie Spatafor, who ran the bagel shop, was a role model for me because he taught me about entrepreneurialism and owning your own business and how to make money and how to create a product and serve customers. Just as, like, in college, Father James Bernauer, Society of Jesus, was someone who I looked up to because of his intellect and his willing to question the norms and everything that's supposed to be accepted and standard on an intellectual basis. Nothing's taken for granted. We question and ask everything. And in modern life, in difficult moments, I look to Winston Churchill as a role model who probably made the most difficult decisions and was an example of a leader on a global level. So role models can serve different purposes at different points in your life.
Did you ever mentor anybody?
Yeah, I've had mentors. I have.
Did you ever mentor anybody though?
I had as an extern, a fellow named Nick Jamet, who is a Fordham Prep graduate and Boston College graduate. After he graduated, he was my extern, and he stayed with me for 6 months and drove around the city in my car and would wait for me. And he saw how I ran my restaurants, and now he's gone on to run his own very successful restaurant company, probably much bigger than mine. And so yeah, he was a mentor of mine, a mentee. I was his mentor.
So, what are some adventures you have been a part of? What were the risk involved? What were the benefits?
Well, never really having had a job in my life. My whole life is a venture or an adventure or an inventure, because as an entrepreneur, I'm someone who always has speculated my own time and money on businesses that hopefully bring me return. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Thankfully, more have worked than haven't worked in my times. But everything for me is a speculative venture. So
in terms of like life, though, were there any risks that didn't go your way or went your way?
many. Like sometimes when a restaurant doesn't work out or a venture doesn't work out, you have to cut your losses and be willing to accept that you were wrong or you made a mistake, walk away, regroup, try again, never give up.
What was the best advice you were ever given?
Best advice that I was given, well, by an old cook once where I was working in the restaurant, told me hot food hot, cold food cold. And that's simple advice, but it means a lot in the restaurant business. Winston Churchill said, when you're going through hell, keep going. That's always good advice. And once my mother gave me some advice, she said, make all your big decisions not on your best days and not on your worst days, but on your medium days.
Do you have any advice for me getting closer to leaving high school about college or relationships or work?
I think that for you, my advice for you to be, don't be judgmental, open yourself up to experiences, be vulnerable, surpass your insecurity, and and expose your vulnerableness, because that will bring you many new people and experiences. And if you're always protective, you will miss out on what life has to offer.
So, in conclusion, do you agree with Sidney Poitier's ideas? And
Yeah, I think all these things that we talked about culminate in a man looking to express himself fully must take advice, must have experiences, must be willing to listen, must be mentored, must be a mentee. So
all right, well, thank you.